The news at 5:30 starts right now.
We begin tonight with a look at the weather. Last night we had some storms move through. Now, perhaps another chance.
Yeah, they're not in San Antonio as we can see on the radar, but we can see those clouds from here.
Absolutely. If you're in San Antonio and you look out to the west, you're going to see the storm clouds from these storms that are occurring in Medina County near Hondo and D'Hanis. We've also got some storms just in western Kerr County through Edwards County near Rock Springs and into Kinney County as well. Again, not around San Antonio, and these are moving actually away from San Antonio. So our chance for rain in San Antonio tonight is pretty low. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the lightning though and focus briefly on this storm in Medina County. There might be some small hail with this, as well as gusty winds of up to 40 miles per hour, currently moving through Hondo and along Highway 90. Here's what I mean where you can see those clouds from San Antonio. This is at the airport, and you can see out west we've got those dark storm clouds. Looks tempting, but again, not really going to move through San Antonio. Here's what we're going to talk about in the forecast. Only isolated rain this week. A weak front will mean not as hot, so that's good news, and slightly better rain chances by the weekend. Details ahead.
Thank you, Sarah. We had some late breaking news just in the last hour. A San Antonio police officer was taken to the hospital after a car crashed into his vehicle head on. This happening on the city's east side, just off I-10.
Camelia Juarez is at the scene for us now. What do you know so far?
Tim, Courtney, right now we know that the officer is expected to be okay. He was taken to the hospital for some minor aches, but if you take a look behind me, you can see that, the car has collided into the other one, the glass. Earlier we saw the airbags were deployed in the officer's car, and this happened at the Studio Suites Motel just off of I-10. Now, a sergeant on the scene tells us the Raven or drone team was following the car because it was reported stolen. Eventually, helicopters tracked the stolen car to this motel. Officials say an officer was driving into the parking lot when the driver in the stolen car collided with the officer's car. The sergeant tells us that there were 3 juveniles in that car, and they've all been detained. I think there is a little bit of action. I think we saw somebody get arrested. Not exactly sure, but for now we know that the officer is heading to the hospital for some minor injuries. We'll take it back to you in the studio live from the east side. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
All right, we'll learn some more about that story in the meantime. A bolt of lightning, that's what caused the Terrell Hills home to catch fire last night. The family living there was home at the time, and they made it out safely. Firefighters working the scene into the early morning hours. Terrell Hills, Alamo Heights, and San Antonio fire crews all there at the scene from 10 at night until 4 o'clock this morning. Officials say the lightning struck around 10 last night, striking a transformer in the back of the house. The fire then spread, burning the entire roof and causing severe damage to the back of the house. One woman living down the street says she saw the smoke and heard a boom. She was shocked to learn lightning had caused that fire.
That is honestly kind of terrifying. Yeah, I know it can do that. I'm literally studying physics, and I know that it can do that. But it's also kind of just scary to see that happen in person.
Officials say the family will not be able to live at the house for now.
Pennsylvania State Police revealing new details tonight as the manhunt to find convicted killer Danilo Cavalcante enters its 11th day. The 34-year-old fugitive was seen overnight last night and has changed his appearance. CNN's Jen Sullivan reports the reward for his capture has now increased to $20,000.
New images showing escaped inmate and convicted killer 34-year-old Danilo Cavalcante with a different look on Saturday night. According to Pennsylvania State Police, he's now being described as clean-shaven after early pictures showed him with facial hair.
We ask for the public's help by familiarizing themselves with the updated photographs and description of Cavalcante, to check security cameras they have, and to call us immediately.
Cavalcante was reportedly seen in the northern Chester County area near Phoenixville, more than 20 miles from the search area where police say he was last sighted. On Sunday, police responding to questions on how he managed to escape the search perimeter.
There are a number of challenges in any investigation. No perimeter is 100% secure, ever.
Another development? According to police, Cavalcante stole a 2020 white Ford Transit van from a dairy farm Saturday night. Police found the van Sunday morning, but Cavalcante was not inside.
This most recent incident is a reminder that he will take advantage of any opportunity to obtain items he needs.
Cavalcante fled about 2 weeks after he was convicted of first-degree murder for the 2021 killing of his former girlfriend. And nearly 400 officers have since joined the round-the-clock search operation since his escape. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
To the latest now on that earthquake in Morocco, the death toll staggering. More than 2,100 people have died and more than 2,000 people injured. Those numbers are expected to rise. Many now sleeping outside after their homes were badly damaged. Here's ABC's Tom Sufi-Burridge with the latest.
A desperate search for survivors after that powerful 6.8 magnitude earthquake struck Morocco Friday night. The epicenter in the high Atlas Mountains, about 40 miles south of Marrakesh, an ancient city popular with tourists. Aerial video showing the massive devastation caused by the country's deadliest earthquake in 60 years. Many roads now littered with rocks and debris, making the access to the hard-hit remote mountain villages difficult. In Moulay Ibrahim, survivors already burying the dead as the country begins 3 days of national mourning.
Well, these houses were made from a mixture of concrete, you can see some of the structure there, and earth. And as you can see how they were flattened, they stood little chance against the powerful tremors.
Fatima Amazoun lives in rural Azmiz. She tells us her family home was badly damaged. They are now living outside of town underneath these olive trees. Morocco's armed forces now preparing to build shelters for residents whose homes are not safe. President Biden expressed his condolences and said the US is working to ensure the safety of American citizens in Morocco.
We reached out immediately to the Moroccan government. Made very clear to them that we're prepared to assist in any way that we can. We're waiting to hear from the Moroccan government how we can be of most assistance.
Morocco's King Mohammed VI promising his officials will accelerate the rescue operation and evacuations and address the supply of drinking water, food, tents and blankets to affected areas. USAID saying it will send a small team of disaster experts to assess the situation and work with Morocco to identify unmet humanitarian needs. Tom Sufi-Burridge, ABC News, Marrakesh, Morocco.
Zeus is very laid back when he...
Yeah, the Guinness World Records has found the tallest dog in the world, and he lives right here in Texas. We'll tell you where and share his story next.
And still ahead, the White House is giving a generous donation to New York City for the 9/11 anniversary this year. Details after the break.
Well, tomorrow is the 22nd anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, and the Biden administration is marking the somber day with a $4 million award to the 9/11 Memorial in New York City. The new funding is under the 9/11 Memorial Act grant program. President Joe Biden will speak to more than 1,000 service members, first responders, and their families this week at Elmendorf Air Force Base in Anchorage, Alaska. Meanwhile, the First Lady, Jill Biden, will take part in a wreath-laying ceremony at the Pentagon. Vice President Kamala Harris will be at the 9/11 Memorial in New York.
Back here in Texas to some much lighter news. Big in name and size, a dog living up in Fort Worth with his owner was recently named the tallest dog in the world by Guinness World Records. Zeus, the Great Dane, you see him there, stands at more than 7 feet tall, and he made international headlines after Guinness World Records named him the tallest or largest male dog in the world. His fame took him on several adventures around the world, but here's the twist, unfortunately. He now has to undergo some life-saving surgery for some bone cancer in order to save one of his legs. So the family has set up a GoFundMe to raise money for his medical needs. So hopefully Zeus will get the help he needs.
Still standing tall.
That's a big test. Still standing tall. You nailed it. Nailed it. I have nothing else to say. Look at that.
Beauty. I know.
More rain, but this is, you can see it, but just can't quite feel it. Sarah will have more on that when we come back.
All right, so it does look like you can see that storm in the distance as if it might make its way to San Antonio, but for those who have looked up, it's not the case.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving.
Pull it, right?
Tim, hey, we'll try anything at this
Wrangle
point
it,
to get
Tim.
some rain.
I didn't get any of the stuff yesterday. I'm hoping for some today.
My goodness. Yeah, that blob was right over San Antonio yesterday, and now the blob's rain are a little bit too far west for San Antonio to get rain. But hey, some of our neighbors are getting rain, which is a good thing, a very good thing, including areas near Hondo. Let's go ahead and take a look at the radar right now. You can see a couple of clusters of storms that are moving generally southwest. West of San Antonio. So let's go ahead and get into the radar here. The storm near Hondo that we were mentioning that could have some nickel-sized hail has actually weakened pretty substantially right now. You can see, though, that it's plenty loud moving into areas like Sabinal, Dehennis, right just north of Highway 90. And if you're in San Antonio, this is the storm that you're seeing if you look to the west. You can see the tall cumulonimbus clouds. Again, this has really started to weaken, but as it moves to the southwest, if it can hold together, and this is a big if, it would make it to the Uvalde area by about 7 o'clock. They're moving to the southwest at about 20 miles per hour. But these storms are pulsing up and down as they move to the southwest there. All right, let's go ahead and take a look a little bit further up to the north. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off, actually. Let's go ahead and take a look a little bit further up to the north, nearer to Kerrville. And you can see that there is a pretty hefty storm right over Mountain Home right now as we speak. This could actually have some small nickel-sized hail with it, but again, not necessarily severe. And of course, we know we've got viewers in Rock Springs, lots of lightning and thunder out in Rock Springs right now, but these storms are more bark than they are bite. If you live inside of this circle that I'm going to draw here, you have at least a small chance for rain through about 8 p.m. So that includes areas like Del Rio, Concan, Uvalde, Lakey, Rock Springs getting rain right now, maybe even extreme western Bexar County, but we're really only talking about a 20% chance there for western Bexar County. Otherwise, it is going to be a pretty mild evening. Here's a look outside right now with live cam, and you can see those storms there off in the distance as we look to the west. 99 degrees. We officially reached 100 today in San Antonio for the 74th time this year. Goodness. And later on tonight, again, a 20% chance for an isolated shower storm west of San Antonio. We're going to be looking at temperatures falling to near 80 degrees by about midnight. Sun's going to set at 7:47, and with those storms off to the west, we may actually have a pretty decent sunset tonight, so make sure to check that out. Looking at tomorrow's forecast in the morning, there may be a sprinkle or two, but it's generally going to be a pretty nice start to the day. Temperatures are right around 74. We were at 73 this morning, which was really nice. Then by 10, it's going to be mostly sunny and 83. By about noon, 90 degrees and mostly sunny. When you're picking up the kids in the afternoon, it'll be near 100, 98. But listen to what I said, near 100. We're not going to be at 100 tomorrow. That is a welcome change to the forecast. 98 for the high. And again, only a very small 10% chance for a stray shower or storm. More on that in just a bit, but generally temperatures in the upper 90s tomorrow around San Antonio. And as we look at the weather setup, notice that high is enough off to the west that we're allowing for that northwest flow, which is why we've seen a couple of isolated showers and storms. There's a cold front to our north. Behind this front, temperatures are feeling a lot fall-like, but unfortunately, we're not going to see a massive temperature drop from that front. But we're at least going to see a temperature drop with temperatures in the 90s. I hate to burst your bubble, but there's only a chance for isolated rain for most of this week. Slightly more optimistic for Friday through Sunday. But hey, we've got to be on the positive side. No triple digits in that forecast.
Yeah, and if some of us get rain, we have something to be excited for.
Absolutely.
So for those who get it, congratulations.
Yeah.
All right, raise your hand if you yelled at a TV today, scared your spouse, your pets, your kids. Definitely there. NFL football's back, baby.
It is so back. What a day it has been so far. The Texans are in Baltimore for their Week 1 matchup. We'll have highlights after the break. And coming up, the Cowboys in the primetime slot as they take on divisional rival, the New York Giants.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
When the clock struck noon and the first slate of NFL games kicked off, the Houston Texans' new era officially began. Let's get to it at M&T Bank Stadium. First quarter, Houston's Steven Nelson picks off Lamar Jackson to end a potential scoring drive for the Ravens. Later in the quarter, Baltimore on the board first. Jackson with the pitch to J.K. Dobbins. Dobbins dives across the goal line for the early lead. That was it from Dobbins. He unfortunately left the game with a torn Achilles tendon. Texans cut the lead to 1 before halftime with a pair of second quarter field goals, but Houston struggled moving the ball consistently in the second half, not finding the end zone once as Baltimore wins the Week 1 battle 25-9. Rookie QB CJ Stroud completed 28 of 44 passes for 242 yards. Houston will look to bounce back against the Colts at home next weekend. Indianapolis lost today 31-21 to the Jaguars. We are only a couple of hours away from kickoff of the Dallas Cowboys 2023 regular season, and cool handshakes aren't the only things we're excited to see in tonight's opener. The Texas Coast offense that was implemented by head coach Mike McCarthy will be on full display against the New York Giants tonight. And the Cowboys offense already has high praise for their head coach's play calling.
Mike installed plays, something I feel like I've continued to harp on, and just his detail in installing plays, his purpose of calling a play, that our plan's in right now. Just went out there and practiced it. My comfort level is at an all-time high, and I think that comes with what I said about Mike, having the weapons that I do, even the young guys, and then obviously just the experience that I've had in this league, just all playing a part in it.
Look, a lot of it's going to look the same. There's definitely some wrinkles in there that'll be great, and I think Coach McCarthy's done a great job of getting those calls in, and he's very quick with his calls. He knows what he wants to call, and it's going to be exciting to get out there and get rolling.
Again, kickoff for tonight's game is at 7:20. Highlights will be on instant replay.
We had to call the game a different way in the second half just to make sure he was okay, and he did an unbelievable job being a pocket quarterback, and it's just who he is.
Head coach Jeff Traylor impressed by prized quarterback Frank Harris, who completed 26 of 37 passes for 214 yards and a touchdown en route to UTSA's 7th straight home win after a 20-13 win over Texas State. Harris left the second quarter early with what we now know was a toe injury. He's in a boot but shouldn't miss any time. Roadrunners starting tackle Mekhi Hart not as fortunate. The vet suffered an apparent leg injury, and Coach Traylor thinks he'll be out for 6 to 8 weeks. UTSA looked solid on both sides of the ball throughout the entirety of the game outside of the injuries. The defense totaled 10 tackles for loss and a school record-breaking 7 tackles led by Trey Moore, who had 3 sacks and 7 tackles himself. Let's turn the conversation over to the pitch now, where San Antonio FC played yet another opponent to a draw. Saturday night, SAFC visited Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC and battled hard for 90 minutes, but the match ended in a 1-1 tie with the lone SAFC goal coming from Santiago Patino. San Antonio is now 13-5-11 on this season.
If you look at our last, 7-8 games, we've been the better team. We've outshot the opponent, home or away. So a lot of positives, putting ourselves in good position. Obviously, we got to do a little bit better job being more clinical in front of the goal, because the opportunities we're creating are massive. But a lot of positives to take away. And again, we had a lot of games in a short period of time. Now we're back to the 1 a week, and I'm confident in the group.
1 point is better than none, especially when considering the USL Western Conference standings. SAFC is within a single point of Sacramento Republic FC for the top spots. It's the last day of the regular season for the WNBA, and local San Antonio star Nalissa Smith as the Fever host the Lynx. First quarter, Smith driving the lane through contact, and she gets the bucket to go. The former number 2 overall pick battled back to full health from a stress fracture in her foot mid-season. Today, Smith finishing with a double-double, 16 points, 11 rebounds to help the Fever to an 87-72 victory over Minnesota. Indiana heads into the offseason, ending the year with a 12-27 overall record.
All right. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
If you're in San Antonio and you look west, you can see these storms in the form of cumulonimbus clouds out west. These storms are going to stay west of San Antonio, but this one storm that's in Kerr County is producing some quarter-sized hail, so those near Hunt should stay inside. As for our weather in San Antonio, it's going to be hot, but not as hot this week, which is good news. Only isolated rain in the forecast, guys.
All right.
We'll take not 100. Yeah. We'll see you back here tonight on the night.